Welcome back to my channel once again. Today I'm going to be teaching how to make this beautiful turban. So if you're interested in it, kindly stay and watch till the end. Let's get started. So I'm using a stretchy fabric. As you can see, you can use any stretchy fabric you want or have. And then the size of this fabric is 24 inches by 24 inches. So the size is actually gotten by measuring the size of your head plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. So after that, I'm going to fold my fabric into two, as you can see, and then into two again. So making 4 in total. So I have 2 at this side and then I have 4 at the other side. So at this point, the size of my head is 22 inches plus 1 inch allowance for sewing. So if your head is 20, that means you're adding 1 into it, making 22, but mine is 22 plus 1, making 23. So I'm going to divide it into 2. 23 divided by 2, which is 11.5. So from that point, I'm going to be measuring 11.5. Then I'll move to the center, mark 11.5, and then to the last part, then mark 11.5 also. So after marking the 11.5, I'll just go ahead and then connect the lines from one point to another. So after connecting, this is what I have. I'm going ahead to pin so that I'll get the actual shape of the turban when I cut. I don't want the fabric to shift. So after pinning, I'll just go ahead and then cut out. After cutting out, you're going to be getting something like this. So when you open it up, this is how it looks like. So I'm going to fold it back into two like this, and this is what we will be using to make the turban. So now I'm going to thread a needle, and then I'm going to be stitching it. So pay attention and then watch closely how I am stitching it. So I'm leaving big spaces in between. This is like basting, but then I'm using a thread and then needle. So I'm going ahead to stitch from this point to the end, to the other end of the fabric. So just look closely and then pay attention. So at this point, I'm done stitching to the end, as you can see, and I'll just go ahead and then pull the thread. So just pull the thread gently in order not to tear the fabric. So after pulling, it will automatically fall in place and then it will look like the turban, as you can see. So at this point, I'm going to be closing that space in between the turban. So however you stitch or however you think you can make it or close it up, just go ahead and then close it. But for me, this is how I am doing it. So just stitch from one point to the other and then pull, as you can see. So just look closely and then pay attention. You will see how I'm doing it. So I'm going to be stitching it this way till I get to the upper part or the other end of the space. after stitching, this is what I have, and as you can see, it looks nice. So at this point, I'm going to be pushing the needle to the other part, or the inner part of the hat. So as you can see, this is it, and I'm going to be stitching or closing that gap also. So we are going to be repeating the same steps I took earlier, the way I stitched the first or the outer part earlier, and then move to the inner part. So just do this and then stitch. So I'm using a white fabric in order for you to see what I am doing, but if you are working on it, you must use the same fabric or the thread, and then the fabric should be the same. So at this point, you can use whatever trimming you have. You can make a bow tie, you can make a bow or whatever you want, ruffles, and then use it to cover that space we have there. So I will be using these 3 items for that part. So I'll be using it to cover that part because that is what I have at the moment. So whatever you have, you can just go ahead and then use it. So I'm going to be placing it on top and then stitch it to the fabric. So after stitching this to it, that will be the end of the turban. So just pay attention and then watch. So I went ahead to stitch it, and this is what I have. You can see it has come out neat and then nice. So go ahead and use different fabrics for it, and then practice will make you perfect. So this is the end result of it. Thanks for watching. See you another time. Bye.